So this is where the trailer kind of tells the story, but leads you in a different path of what the actual themes are. Chase Lee Hockey here with the Blue Futon reviewing I Don't Understand You. What's about pretty simple premise. A gay couple goes to Italy to kind of let off steam because they don't know if they're going to get a kid. However, they are. Amanda Seyfried decides to give her child up to this gay couple. But in Italy, shenanigans ensues. This turns to a very, very light, Very Bad Things. If you haven't seen Very Bad Things, it has like Cameron Diaz, Christian Slater, Jon Favreau, and a couple others that are just complete fucking bonkers movie. Peter Berg does the living shit of that movie. But this movie is very tame. And for a movie that's supposed to be a comedy, I laughed maybe twice. And the second time I really laughed was when the Italians showed up to the crime scene in a smart car. Because I'm like, okay, for a gay-themed movie, that smart car is pretty gay. And so he's like, okay, that's pretty funny. I don't know if it meant to do that, but I felt the gayness on that level. So with the acting, I think it's fine. I think the premise is fine. But then the premise kind of is rehashing itself over and over and over and over again. And it does take a quick 30, 40 minutes to actually get to the point of this movie. Because, yes, like I said, when going into this, I was thinking it was going to be like, because the trailer's like, comedy of the century. I laughed out loud, blah, blah, LOL. And I'm like, 30 minutes in, I haven't laughed once. 35 minutes yet, I haven't really laughed once. 40 minutes in, where are the freaking laughs? Around the 45, 50 minute mark, I was like, okay, that's some chuckles here and there. But getting there, I was like, where are the laughs? Don't say this is a comedy when this is more of a drama. I'm not going to say dramedy because that's like combining them. It's like a drama because that E for the comedy, that's all you get is the EY because that's how little comedy is in this movie, in my opinion. Just my opinion. Some people might be thinking this is some laugh out loud shit. I just didn't think so. I got mostly chuckles in this movie of what it was doing. Because other also things in this movie, it was almost too perfect because you knew exactly where it was going to go of like who's going to die, how they're going to die, how they're going to do it. It just leads perfectly. And something that's at the very end with the cops, and you're just like, okay, that's kind of funny. But why show a scene of a bunch of officers and police cops like driving through Italy? It just makes no sense. There are so many scenes like that where it tries to do suspense or tries to make you lead the other direction. But when the movie's done, you're like, there's absolutely no point for that scene to be in the movie whatsoever when you're going to have the ending as everyone thinks it's going to be. Like, there is no if, ands, or but for where this ending was going to go. If you really thought they're going to do some damn twists and turns in this movie, you are freaking wrong through in and throughout. This is very interesting, and it's going to cause some controversy because this is all about I Don't Understand You, about going to Italy and having that language barrier. And I like how they have Nick Kroll's character actually trying to learn Italian while you're in Italy because that's about respect. And I am one of those people that each country should have their own specific language. Their language, official language, like Mexico is Spanish, Spain, Spanish, China, Chinese, or Mandarin, even though it's got or Cantonese, so Japan, Japanese. And I do think America should be English, Italians, Italy. So you have it like that. So there is no I don't understand you. And when you do go to a country to visit, you try your hardest to understand the customs and cultures. Because when living in Portugal, same way, got one of the customs and cultures of like eating fish with bone in it. I would never do that because I'm afraid I'm going to do that. But there's also custom courtesies as well, like when I was in Saudi Arabia or Qatar or Niger. Got to learn not to, how to shake hands. Don't use your left hand. Things like that of like, just different customs and courtesies. You got to figure it out. So I do like how that title is like that. And I don't know if this movie was trying to say that, like, I don't understand you. So when, I think in America, when you go to like, Minnesota now, and 95% of the population, like northern, is like Somalian and they don't speak English, or you go to Dearborn, Michigan, or in LA right now where everything's in Spanish, you're like, I don't understand you. We need to figure this shit out because this is not how it's supposed to go. Especially when politicians are from Somalia are like, we're going to make Somalia in America. No. So it's kind of the same way with this movie of like understanding that language barrier, because if we understood each other in each person's country and cultures, maybe 3 or 4 people would still be alive today. You know what I mean? And they do some comedic elements with that. But like I said, some of the comedic elements, okay, most of the comedic elements for me just didn't fit in this movie. And of course, it really is pushing on the like having a child storyline, which is cool. But then at the same time, I'm like, it's hard for me to believe like Amanda Seyfried's character, being it seems like she's somewhat successful, is willing to give up the child that quickly. It felt like there should be some mother bond with that child before you do it. I understand you probably want to do it quick so you don't gain that bond, but that child's been in your stomach for 9 months, like been growing using your nutrition, and your boobs are changing, and like things like that. Nipples are getting hard. So it's like, I feel like there's elements to that where it just felt like a little bit rushed and too perfect for this movie. So overall, I don't understand you. I think the trailer was very misleading for what this movie really was and what it was trying to do, especially with the first 45 minutes. I'm like, where are the laughs? And of course, you get some chuckles at the very end. But just thinking about the big picture and what's happening in today's day and age, I just, yeah. I Don't Understand You will receive a 2 out of 5 with Futons, which equals that 40%. So see the critics and user scores it gave this one. Critics a 57% with 35 of them, fewer than 50 with the audience score. No critic consensus. You have audiences down below giving it a 4.5, 4s, and 5s. The critics are more like a 50% as well. But for me, yeah, people are saying this is a dark comedy. Then they haven't seen very bad things. I mean, if you truly want a dark comedy where you're just like, what the actual fuck? Go watch Very Bad Things. And like I said, that's Jon Favreau. That has Christian Slater, Cameron Diaz, Daniel Stern. Who else is in this movie that you might know? Jeremy Piven, Leland Osser. Like I said, this movie is fucked up. That is dark comedy. So anywho's and magoos, we have the 57 and my 40. Chase out here, the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm releasing Bhutontopia. You Blue Futonians, take watch from Great Down. Watch the state tomorrow week for a month. New Year for every single freaking one of you. Peace and love, peace and love. And I want to understand you, but I just didn't.